Hey guys, before I begin the ranking, this tier list includes all the Pokemon that are leaked. I think these are confirmed leaks. I mean, we'll know in like 4 days when the game comes out, but if you don't want to get spoiled, I don't know, 3 days before the game comes out, whenever this is, these have leaked Pokemon in it, so be aware. But anyways, as I'm sure you read the title since you clicked on the video, I'm going to be ranking all of the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon before the game even comes out. So, yeah, here we go. So first off, we have Tauros 3 times. So, I'm going to give this a strong D tier. Not because I love Tauros. But it's the idea that I'm guessing this is a regional form and not some weird evil lore relevant thing. I'm just guessing this is a regional form, and regional forms, I feel like they need something more than just being a color change, because as far as I can see right now, this is just they changed the colors. These two, on the other hand, are better because they at least change stuff, which is good. But again, they don't change as much as other regional forms. They're still, they're still good. Because it's still Tauros, which is a good Pokemon. And I like the color scheme. So I'll put these. I'm going to order this. I like this one slightly better. I like how this guy's tails are, but this one, I like how they're twirled together like that. And I like how little bits are red. And I don't like the horns on this one. They look strange. Alright, next up we have the regional Wooper. Again, this is simply a color change one, pretty much, and I nothing notable of change other than the color. I'm sure there's small changes on both of these, but other than the color, there's no really notable change. But still, it's Wooper, which is Wooper's probably it's definitely my top 5 favorite Pokemon. And I do also like the color scheme a lot. I don't like the blue on the brown. It collides a lot for me. I'll give it. I gave Tauros a D for that. I'll give it a high C, like the little juice boxes. High C. Sprigatito. This one's not a leak. This one, I'll give it a high B. It's a starter. It's a first stage starter. They're not supposed to be something special, so I understand why it's more or less just kind of a stylized cat. But on to its next stages are these two things. I've seen people don't particularly like the starters, but honestly, I like them. Like I give this thing an A tier. It reminds me of Puss in Boots for some reason. Just like the stance of it, and maybe it's almost like the scarf thing reminds me of it. It's like looking down at you like that. Then this thing, I like that too. Like again, A tier, slightly better than the second one. I just like, they're just good designs. I like how it has like a mask on it, like a little masquerade mask, because the last masquerade Pokemon we had was Spritzy. I forget what its evolution's called. But I didn't really like those, so even though I know that's not really the point of it, it's nice to have a Pokemon that has something like that that's not, bad. Fuecoco, that's an S tier. Look at this thing. This is a really good starter design. It's very simple, but it's not just kind of a green cat. It's actually something unique. You can tell they did something a little quirky with it there. Same with this thing. This thing, its second design, that's a triple S, dude. The sombrero with I know that's like The top of the sombrero is like a fire. I don't know what's surrounding that. I for some reason I think of pineapple. But this is awesome, and it just looks so derpy. I know people don't like middle evolutions, and from what I've heard, people don't like this specific middle evolution either. But I really like it. And the final evolution is insane. Like, look at this. That is that. That's a really good final starter Pokemon. The fire coming out, but like going backwards like that is really nice. And I'm a little bit conflicted on how its snout has blue, and I think that's either, and orange yellow on it, like spots. But honestly, the more that I look at it, the more I think that looks good. It looks like it's wearing like armor almost, like a vest, like an armored vest. Its design, which you can even see like the sleeves, the sleeve cuffs. But that's cool. I don't know if that's intentional or not. On to the final starter of this gen. There's a lot of Pokemon to go through. This is gonna be a long video. Quaxley. When Quaxley was first revealed, I always called it a Ducklet pre-evolution because it just looked like a pre-evolution to Ducklet. I like how it has a little hat like that. It's quirky looking. I even just a little like sideways 3 on its little hairdo. I think that puts it up a bit, just that, like, because it just looks nice on there. But yeah, it just, again, a duck, same Sprigatito. Next to this one, we have this thing, which is a middle tier. Even though I love this middle tier, I can still admit it's awkward. But these two middle tiers, I know I'm going back to this one, they don't feel as awkward as middle tiers usually are. At least this one doesn't. This one feels like its chin disappeared. So, I don't know what happened there. But still, I like it. Not quite Sprigatito, but the more that I look at this thing, the more it goes down in my mind. So I'm gonna stop looking at it so it doesn't go down any further. Now the final evil. Oh, what the hell? Now the final evil. My hair. I look like emo. Like this thing. I look like this little thing. We'll get to that soon, guys. That was a Pokemon reference. I just did with my hair. It was a Pokemon reference. Now we'll get on to this thing. Everybody's calling this thing just gay, which, it seems a little bit, zesty. Even just the pose it's doing, I pick up what it's putting down. First LGBT coded character in Pokemon, and I'm sure there's actually been an LGBT coded Pokemon, and anyway, that's not the point. This thing, I don't like it. It's too spindly for me. That it's the same reason I didn't like Inteleon. It's too just, spindly and weirdly skinny, like a stick figure. But it does. I'll put it slightly above this because it has more going on, like this back thing with the feathers being water droplets. Kind of cool, I think. Lechonk, okay, that's S tier easily. Look at this thing. This is a perfect Route 1 Pokemon. It's simple, but creative. Just like Fuecoco. Same reasons of Fuecoco. And look, they're in the same tier, so it lines up. And I get out, it looks like it's crying like pee, because that's like yellow down there. So I don't know what's going on there, but don't judge the piss tears. I'll leave it behind Fuecoco. Its evolution, I don't really like its evolutions. I'm sorry. They're C tier for me. I'm gonna put this little emo one slightly lower because it just, I don't know, I just like this one more because I think its tail, I like its little 3 things on the tail. They're practically the same idea, though, so, you know. Dunsparce evolution. Finally! Yes! And it's, you know, it's a bigger version of Dunsparce. I feel bad doing this. Because we've wanted a Dunsparce evolution for so long, and they listened to us. The first time Nintendo has ever listened to the community ever in their entire life. It's just a bigger version of Dunsparce. I don't like evolutions that are just bigger versions. Well, technically it has a little bit of a spike on its chin and an extra pair of wings. What are those even wings? I don't know. But come on, this is just a bigger version of Dunsparce. Just for Dunsparce, I'll put it ahead of the little pigs, the three little pigs. But you know, you're on thin ice. Now I got this little thing. I love this thing. I saw it in a leak. I don't know why, but I love its little silk ball on its back. For some reason, that's really appealing to me. I just like that. I like its little face it's making. It looks like it almost has like a mustache. Or like a cute little mustache, not like a, you know, ugly looking one. I like its eyes, too. Anyways, next one. I'm guessing this is a version of the other one. This little bamboo spider thing, since it looks like it has the same face. I like this one, too. Not nearly as much, but it's still real good. I'll give it a low A tier. I like how it's you can see the connections of the bamboos and the limbs, and I like that. Looks like it's almost like a kite handle, how the strings like wrapped around like a little handle. You know? I don't know if you pick up what I'm putting down right now, but see where my little cursor is, it looks like there's string wrapped around that. Silk, because there's spiders. Now, I can't even tell what's going on in this one. I don't know which way it's facing, or like I can tell those are its legs. That's about it. I can tell from it. So, you know, it's pretty cool. For some reason, it reminds me of AirPods because it has these little things on the back. So that's kind of neat. It's neat. I'll give it a low B tier because it's not necessarily unappealing. It just I can't really tell what's going on. But you know, sometimes you need that in a Pokemon. You need a Pokemon that says, "I don't know what this is, but I think it's pretty neat." Still a low B though. Maybe a high C, but you know, I feel generous today. This thing, I'm guessing it's an evolution because it has the same thing on its back. And I like this thing. It looks like it looks badass. It's for a bug Pokemon. It looks badass. That's what I mean to say. Yeah, I like the proportions on this thing and its wings. It's almost like robotic like. I like that. Not quite as good as Lechonk, I must say, but you know, it's cool. It's neat, just like its pre-evolution, just a good amount more neat. Now a dung beetle Pokemon. This is awesome. A dung beetle Pokemon. Holy crap! It reminds me of Mr. Mime, how its like limbs are, except it's not in a creepy way because you can see what the limbs are being pushed on. It's not pushing on nothing like a little freak. Mimes are so freaking weird. But you know, it's actually pushing a real thing in this one, so you know, it's good. I'll give it a. I'm looking at these two little cats. I'm reevaluating them. I might want them higher. Nah, they're fine where they are. I'll give this dung beetle a high A, but its evolution. Oh baby, this thing is awesome. It's not even pushing around the little... I'm guessing that's not actually poop. It's probably like a little cake pop. But, I like to imagine it's poop because, they're vaguely similar. This one's not vaguely similar, though. You can tell it's like... This is like a psychic bug, probably, and that's pretty neat. I'll give this one... I'll give this one a triple S. I really like this one. It reminds me of like a sensei, like that rat from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, little rat that teaches all the four brothers. Seems wise and all that. Alright, this thing's awesome. Come on. That's an easy SSS. Yeah, I've always wanted a dog that has its eyes covered as a Pokemon. I thought that was such an obvious design choice to make a lovable Pokemon that can also be a little bit mysterious, but I don't know if there's any Pokemon like that yet. And I mean, until this. And, the candle on the head's like a good touch. It's like a little lit wick. And it kind of looks like a bone, too, along with the candle. I like this thing. I'll move this spider thing down, actually. The spider doesn't deserve to be next to Psychic Poop Pusher, Sombrero Man, and Fire Croc. The tombstone thing. This is his evolution. I don't know if I like this more or less, honestly. Because I don't know whether I like that it's skeletonized. Because that's the real major difference in this. You can see, like, it's now is a skull. And obviously the gravestone with that, I think the candle and the gravestone are equally good. So it's only really the, skeleton that's going to change anything for me. And I don't care about color changes unless it's anything, like, major. I think I like this one more, the little skeleton thing more. Not by much, but I do. Not sure what's going on with this thing. It's a little twirly ball. Probably pick it up and just throw in. Maybe it's one of those things, like you package it, you could get at the dollar store, and it's a little tomato, except it's all stretchy. You could throw it at a wall, and it sticks to the wall. Maybe it's one of those things. I was going to put it in C tier, but the idea of that makes me put it a little higher. Nah, those sticky things, they get stuck on your hands, and they make your hands sticky. I don't like it, actually. No, I'll put it... Yeah, I'll put it below the pigs. It's weird, but not a good weird, like this little bug thing. This little emu thing, it looks like it's like... No, it looks like it's doing something. It has a little colored bits all over it, so that's pretty neat. I like a good Pokemon that has a lot of color, but it's not like overly rainbow. Just has a lot of... Its hints are very colorful, but its main color is one thing, like this. So, I can appreciate that. Other than that, it's nothing too special, I don't think. Yeah, I'll give it a low A. I think that fits. There's some calculations going through my head right now. I'll deal with it later. For Rigorap, okay, this is quirky. I like this thing. I like how it was like at its end, and the end's the same, so they just put it on top of each other since it's the same, and I like that. I like that idea. It's like, it's like an infection, almost like Paris and Parasect. I think that's pretty neat. Again, I'll give it a low S even. Yeah, I'll give it a low S. Yeah. Wiglet, okay, come on, God. Come on. Come on. I'm putting this thing on. If I end up getting the games, which, even though I've been following the leaks so much, I might not even, because it's kind of up to my parents, and, you know. But come on. This little thing is just crazy. I just want to, like, sit on it. Like, it's like, look at it. It's such a creative little design. I wanna like grab it by its little throat and pull it out of the ground. You're just swinging around like a little lasso. That'd be fun. So yeah, it's our first W tier of the video. W for Wiglet. This thing, I like this thing. I like this thing. Not quite the Wiglet that Wiglet is, but it's pretty neat. I like it. I like how it's a nice Doug trio. It's like not in the ground. It's in a formation above the ground, but that's still technically the ground. So that's pretty neat. I like how it's poking it around. It's very long. Do you think this is the length of actual like a Doug trio, or just that most of the length of the Doug trio is always underground? So I've always imagined it just like half of it is above ground and an equal half is below ground, but maybe just like a significantly longer part of it's underground. But yeah, I like this thing. It's just quirky looking, you know? Little little sausage rolls, little hot dogs sticking out of a rock, little pieces of oh crap. Oh, come on, I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna make it smaller. No. Oh no, bro. Or even there's even the bodies filled in. No. Oh crap. Oh crap. No. No. Alright, this I'm sorry. I can't deal with you anymore after that. So our first F tier of the video. I'm just kidding, guys. I would never do that. I'm happy with it at triple S tier. You know, it's a quirky Pokemon that I like. It's not over the top or anything, but it's still simple and quirky. This little catfish thing, dude, that could be fun. This could be a funky little critter to have crawling around my party, or swimming even, because it's a fish. So you know, so it looks quite big. Maybe it's a new whale lord, not like a whale lord form, but like kind of like a big whale type Pokemon. Thinking real hard right now. What do I really like this thing that much? The more that I look at it, the more I realize its imperfections. That nose is brings it down a whole tier. Holy crap, that nose is awful. Freaking Squidward. Oh my god, I wish I did not notice that. Oh crap. Yeah, no, that nose knows no bounds. I'm keeping it at a low A. I'm not even threatening myself to look at that thing once more. Got this little fish I like this guy. It looked like a metallic, like a little robot fish, but I like how it has little purple fins. I think that looks good on it. It gives it a little quirky touch that doesn't feel yucky. I'll honestly S tier. No, I'll give it a tier. Like there. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm gonna move this down. I can't, dude, its nose is actually freaking me out, dude. Dude, what happened to that nose? It's like a botched nose job on that thing. Holy crap. How did I not notice that when looking at the design before? Oh my god, it's ruining it. It's ruining it for me. I can't take this anymore. Low B tier. It's a dolphin, you know. Kind of same deal as Sprigatito. It's a dolphin, you know. I'm guessing this is just a gender difference because all I see is a heart. That's different. Yeah. So, I'm only ranking one of those. But, yeah, that same deal as Quaxley and Sprigatito. Just, you know, a different colored animal. It's getting ready for the second stage because they're made to not be standalone Pokemon, so I can respect that because I know that's not what they're going for. But still, you can do Lechonk, Fuecoco when they're preparing for an evolution and still look quirky. But still, I understand, understand. It's above Sprigatito and Quaxley though because it's a dolphin and we have we even have a dolphin Pokemon at all before this? I feel like we've had to. Over 1,000 Pokemon, we've had to have had at least one dolphin Pokemon. But this, I'm pretty sure this thing's called the Palafin. This thing is awesome. I'm honestly giving it a W tier. This is the second W tier of the video. Not beating Wiglet, but this thing is rad. That's the first time I've ever used rad in my life, and I'm proud to say that it's for Palafin, the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon. Come on, even it looks like a sword even, and it's like it looks like a handle of a sword or like a goblet. So royal looking, but so amazing. You can even see it has defined abs, it has defined pecs on this dolphin Pokemon. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. With the shoulder pads, it has like gloves. Dude, that's awesome. Come on. Smoliv, that's a really good early Pokemon. Come on, that's really good. I need a symbol. Oh, look. Did you see what it just said? NASDAQ is down like 1%. Thanks for telling me that, Windows 11. I follow stocks actively. I really, really do. Yes, but yeah, Smoliv is a really good tier 1 Pokemon, stage 1 Pokemon building up. It's better than these three. Not on the level of like Coco. That's like a perfect stage 1 Pokemon. But this is pretty cool. I like its little face, I like how its eyes are literally just a dot. That's perfect for it. It's just like a black circle with white filling. That's perfect for it. It's just this little mouth looking scared like that. Its evolutions, they're good. They're good. They're what I expect. They're what I could come up with. Basically, they're the limit to the extent of my creativity. So good but not amazing. Though I like this thing. I like how it has little olives. It's probably like a thing where its Pokedex entry will be like In the wild, this Pokemon lets other Pokemon pluck its juicy olives off of its arms for nutrients. They guarantee that's what its Pokedex entry is gonna be. But yeah, I like this. I like this thing. I'll put it. I liked it. I really like this thing. I really like this thing. I really do. I really do. You know what? Yeah. 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 Alright, yeah. This looks good. This looks good. Alright. And this thing. I actually haven't seen this one. I thought I've seen all the leaks. Again, who knows? Maybe none of these Pokemon are real and this is just a fake leaks tier list, but you know. Already, like, how far am I into filming this? 30 minutes? Oh my god. I have homework to do. Oh my god. I need to finish it now. I need to finish it. Alright. Let's get a move on. This little... I'm guessing this is like a little dinosaur child that has a little eggshell on its head. Because it like popped out of its egg, kind of like a Togepi. You know, it's really ugly, dude. I don't like its mouth. I don't like its little tooth sticking out at me. I don't like that. It's our second D tier of the video. Luckily, we haven't had any F tiers yet. But, you know, this thing actually, I don't like this. You know what? I'm gonna put this thing lower, too. The more that I look, the more I feel like... No, that's fine. Those are fine in C tier. This thing, though, that the more that I think of it, the more I think of the stickiness that little throwing tomato leaves on my hands, and that makes me dislike it more and more. Honestly, yeah, no. I'll move this thing up into the place of whatever that little this thing is. But still, I don't like it. I don't like its eyes. I don't like its little mouth. But yeah. It's evolution. I'm guessing this is an evolution too. I like this thing though. This thing's quirky. I'll give it a solid... I'm gonna move this up one to keep it even. Well, I'll even move this up. Last tier. Move that ahead. Then. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So this is good tier. This is decent tier. This is not good tier. This is bad tier, and this is like awful tier, pretty much. Then SSS is amazing, and W is incredible. So you know, it's looking like a mixed bag so far. It's a lot of very middled little tadpole looking thing. look at it looking at me like that. That's funny. That's funny. My nose is clogged. I need like one of those little bottles you can squeeze in your nose and all of the mucus comes out, but I don't have one of those, so like it looks like it's wearing a little bicycle helmet. I can't really tell what's... I'm guessing these two things are its eyes. And these are just like, I don't know, lights it has for some reason. Yeah. It's like an electric tadpole, you know? It's a tadpole that has a little bulb of electric on it. A light bulb tadpole, you know? It's... Combat thing's nose. Nah. Why would they add the nose? If they got rid of the nose, this thing could be like an A-S tier. Just the nose, it's throwing me off so much. So gross. Yeah, I think a low B tier is good for this. It's nothing special, but it looks No, I'm gonna give it a low A tier. The more that I look at it and think of it as wearing like a stupid bicycle helmet, it makes me like it more. Low A tier instead of low B tier. I think that's fair for this thing. Sevolution, unfortunately, I don't really like this thing. I usually like, I would expect to like myself to like a Pokemon like this, but I just don't. I think it's, I think it's because of this part of it. It makes me think of nostrils. Let me, like, if I color over it with, I don't know, the color like this. That's similar enough color. Yeah, that looks better. That looks better. I guess I just have a problem with noses on Pokemon. Though even then, this isn't great. I still think it's worse than its pre-Evo. I'll give it a high. Yeah, I'm moving this thing up now that I think about it. Oh god, that freaking nose, dude. That nose. I'm sorry. Just the nose is so awful. It just ruins it. It really just does. Yeah, I think that's fair for it. This thing. I don't even know what this really is. I know it's like a little rocky engine, an engine made of rocks, I guess. Again, I'm I'm usually okay with object Pokemon, but like this is I can't even tell. Similar to this thing, I can't tell what's what. Except on that one, it worked for some reason, and this one, I'm not picking it up. I think it looks neat, but you know. The more that I look at it, the more I appreciate it. You know, I like the little oil on the little tubes, and on this one, this one's face is kind of funny. It's like that's kind of funny. You know, I could probably ride this one around with this little rock wheel. You know, I like this. It goes along with the theme of the legendaries, which are like the ride Pokemon. You know, I'll 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 give the pre-Evo a low B or a high B, and this one a low A. Bicycle helmet. Now this thing, this is just like a robotic worm. Fine, you know. It's a robot worm. Has like has like windows on it. Wonder how big it is. Do you think this is like a if it's like a submarine that people can go into and then it can move around because it looks like almost like it has windows and like compartments. If it's like that, then that would be incredible, and I'll probably even if it's like that, I'll move it up to S tier. But for now, it's just kind of robot worm. And I can't tell the size. These things I saw, these things are awful, dude. These are like Unity assets replaced, just copy and pasted each evolution. I doubt these are evolutions. I don't think Nintendo would stoop that low even for a Pokemon just to copy and paste it. So I think these are like weird forms or something. But even then, just the designs of the mouse itself are just so little lazy. It's just like a mouse, cotton. Like, I've seen this thing 1,000 places before. It's one of those types of things that you'll put in a glass cabinet in little things and put it on display in like your grandma's house. These things, I like this thing. I like how its mouth opens. That's cool. But I like this thing. I like how its little mouth is like that. That's a solid S. Yeah, I'll give it a solid S. And this is just a cooler version of it, so it'll go slightly higher. I like its stomach markings too. It looks like a futuristic almost. Like, how people in movies, and when they're in the future, they have little pads that they touch and then it like glows a color. I'm not making sense, but I don't care if it makes sense or not. This is my tier list after all. You're only here to see where I put Pokemon, not why I put them there. Yeah. This thing, I don't know what it looks. It's like a Trico, but stubby and ugly. I don't like this thing. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like Trico even. Honestly, not like, but like I'd probably give Trico a low B, even. So this thing is when it's a worse version of Trico, that means I really don't like it. So like, yeah, not as bad as this. This thing, I don't like this thing. I really don't. I'll give in. It's evolutions though. These things I think are pretty neat. The middle one is, I think I like the middle one more because I don't like just the stature of this one. It's just like a triangle. I don't really like how that looks exactly, but it's still good despite that. I'll give this one like a high A because it's still like, badass. But I think the middle Evo is my favorite. I like its little yellow things it has on its hands, almost like little claws that they taped onto it. I think that's kind of funny, and I like its little spike on the back and everything. I give it a low S because, now these little eel thingies. I'm guessing does this evolve into this? Okay, this time I actually can't tell it. I can't tell if this evolves into that. Um. Again, this is like, I can tell this is the theme of the ride thing, this one, but we're on this one right now, so. I like the orange one the best, obviously, because it looks like it has more color, and then guess the pink one, then the yellow, because yellow is like my least favorite color. Or is that green? I don't know, green's my second least favorite color, so if it is green, if it is like a really, really light green, you know. But I'm only gonna rank one of them since they're pretty much the same. Why did I even rank multiple of these things? I'm gonna get rid of these, two of these. Alright, so where should I put this thing? Just looking ahead a little. I don't know, it's quirky looking. I'll put it here, I guess. It's like, it's neat. It's a good first stage. It's better than these three, but not quite as good as Smoliv, even I'll say. Um, I need to move these Tauros up. No, the Tauros. I don't think they do their job as a regional form, unless there's some other thing that I'm not getting since the game hasn't come out yet. Which, if it does, and there's some other reason that it's not a regional form, then apologies. Now onto this thing, the freaking gecko from Geico, except uh, transportable. The old gecko you could pick up and put in your pocket. This one you can like roll away, like a little Beyblade. I don't know if I like this. I like the Geico commercials, so it gives it a few extra points. But it just looks slimy, and I don't really like that. Almost like Inteleon, which, as mentioned before, I do not like Inteleon. Ugh, I should not be sucking in my boogers. Yuck. But yeah, this thing is interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna name these tiers off what they basically are, so it makes more sense. Pretty bad. Real bad. Downright embarrassing. That's mean, but staple of the channel, being a bad person. I need a sip of water again. Meantime, I'm gonna examine this line. Oh. So in the time I was finishing that water bottle, first thing I noticed, the faces on these things are way too small. Makes it look weird, and I don't like their hands. If they didn't have these little fruffles at the end of them, it would be fine. But these little fruffles, they just mess it up. Yeah. I'm not sure if I like these things. They're a little weird looking, as some people would say. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'll put it in pretty bad. It's the head of these things. This thing's the worst. Why did they gave it like a human, like an anime character hairstyle to this animal, and I don't like that very much. So that goes the lowest. I think the Lechonks are worse. I don't know why. I think it's the eye. It's like purely the eye shape on the Lechonk evolutions that's making me not like them. It's like the angle of their eyes. That That might just be the sprite, though. That might not even be a part of the design Pokemon. That's just like the person taking the picture of the Pokemon in real life just caught them blinking at an awkward time. But, you know. Oh, look, my friend sent me the history notes and answers. What a kind kid. If you're watching this, say thank you to him for being a good friend to me, which means that gives me motivation to post new videos. And as I know, I'm sure you would love new videos from me. Alright, this thing. The design on this thing reminds me of the Pokemon from the bird from Gen 8. I forgot what it's called, like Rookidee or something. Except this one looks like it just saw like its like mom died in a car crash or something. Don't know why its eyes are so big like that. A little strange, but you know, gives it character. Gives it character. So you know, I like it. I like it. I like its eyeballs. I like its little bulging eyeballs bulging out of its head. It makes it quirky. This thing is just kind of a worse version of that because this thing looks like it's traumatized. This thing just looks like a bird, so you know, low decent. So at least it's yellow, which is an interesting bird color. So it's just brown, like freaking Pidgey, Sparrow. Now this thing, it's interesting. Looks like it's almost wearing like a apron. I don't like the way it's looking at me though. Makes me feel a little uncomfortable. Sends a little shivers down my spine, but not good ones, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, no, this is decent. That's a decent Pokemon. Definitely better than that thing. I'll put it at top of decent, right ahead of the Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at his eyeballs when he's looking at this one. That's kind of crazy. Do you see it? Do you see it? That's kind of funny. That's funny. That's funny. Anyways, we got these birds again, same as this one. I'm not gonna rank all of them from different colors. Or I'll just rank the green one, I guess. Again, it's just a parrot. With a little like black tumor on its head, I guess. I don't know what that is. Hopefully, it's not something like the cultural aspect designed into it, or else that will be bad. That I just called it a tumor. So. The black thing on its head is very, very beautiful. Oh. Oh, look at that! Someone added to their Instagram story. What an interesting idea. But yeah, I don't like this thing. I actually do really, I don't like this thing. I really don't like that thing. That was a little harsh on this thing. It doesn't, no. Doesn't deserve to be in real bad. Pretty bad. Maybe a little too generous, but there's nothing between them, so. Flamingo, I know this one, because it's just a flamingo. Again, this Pokemon's eyes. It's going crazy. Sees Flamingo walking down the street. And again, it's okay, but for real, this is the other ones. They at least changed the colors. This is like a full-on flamingo. Can tell it's supposed to look like a floaty, but come on. And that's going real bad since it just. Again, I know it's supposed to be a floaty, but I can't pull that out of its design when I first look at it. well, yes I can. Yes I can. I can definitely pull that out of its design. I think it's quirkier than I was giving it credit for. I like this. The more that I look at it, the more I like this thing, because just the flamingo floaty Pokemon is even kind of quirky to me. I'll put it ahead of no. Now we're onto this crab. Uh, again, it looks like it's traumatized, like it just saw something. So that's pretty cool. But I really like the designs on this. I like the grass growing on it. I actually really like this. I remember seeing it in a trailer and I was like, wow, that is good. And it, I like it. I like it. As you can see, I really like this thing. Because they're big, too. If it was like a small Pokemon, I wouldn't like it as much. But these are, at least based on the trailer, it looked like they are big Pokemon. And that makes me like it a lot more. Something's going on with my voice today. Just like voice cracks over and over. Now we got the Minecraft Pokemon, it's got the Mario Mushroom. This is literally just a Mario Mushroom. How does this thing even move? How does it do anything? This is just this is kind of absurd. But for some reason I like it. I don't know why do I like that? Whatever. It's not based on quality. It's based on what I like. So I'm allowed to put this Mario mushroom in good tier. Where I just take this from there. I'll put at the bottom of good tier since I need to be at least a little bit honest with myself. I honestly kind of like this thing. Then this thing, I don't really care about the middle evolution. It kind of looks like a Minecraft mob with like the eyes, and all that. Who am I kidding? That's I like that. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like the thing. And then obviously the final evolution. It reminds me of Golurk. And I like Golurk, so that's cool. I'll probably put this thing on my team if I end up getting the game. Just seems like a good, strong Pokemon. Because I've only played 2 Pokemon games before, this Shield and Y. At least Pokemon games right when they came out. Shield and Y again. And whenever I tried doing that, I made sure to always try to use at least as many Pokemon that were new to that generation on my team as possible. So that's what I'm probably going to try to do on this one. Now we have this little thing. It looks like it's holding dragging a little sack of something around. Maybe just a sack. No. But yeah, what is that? What is that supposed to be? So, I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm back. I just shit out my intestines, but I'm back, so that's all that matters. I've been thinking about it. This little nutsack thing. It's pretty bad. It's pretty goddamn bad. It's literally just a little thing. That's it. Its evolution, I guess, is slightly better. But, you know, still pretty bad. This little rapscallion and his little rascal older brother. This little thing's quirky. Like, I gotta admit, this little thing's quirky. Quirky looking. Its evolution, I don't know how to feel about its evolution. It is quirky, but it just looks unnatural for a Pokemon to be like that. I like how it looks, but for a Pokemon, it doesn't feel like a Pokemon, which I guess isn't necessarily a bad thing, so I might as well put it in great. Put it, like, here. No, I'm actually gonna put this thing ahead, I feel. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Fido. I didn't know Fido had an evolution, but, you know, I like its evolution too, and, you know, I just said I like its evolution too, so you already know I like Fido. Both of these are great Pokemon. Brilliant. Brilliant. I like its little donuts, I like it being made of dough. If I saw it in real life, I could just pick it up and, like, pop it in my mouth like a piece of bubblegum and chew it up. That would be so fun, just to, like, hunt them down in the wild for a little midnight treat. So, no, I really like them. Really like them, actually. I'll put it right here. I like this little baked one. Really, I really like that baked one. I really like that. I really like it. I actually really like that thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, brother. But, we're on to these dogs, these sad dogs. Okay, this is pretty awesome. I don't know why these dogs are sad, but it adds so much, and I love it. I love it. We've been on a winning streak for these past, like, 3-4 Pokemon. And I think it's thanks to you watching this video right now, because knowing that somebody maybe is watching this far gave me hope to keep going, and made me feel better, and make me want to put them higher. So then, dog, below that, below that, below that, below that. Oh man, I don't like its evolution as much as its pre-evo, though I still really like its. Yeah, I'll probably put that. No, I don't want this up here. Yeah. Yeah, and then this thing will move up a lot. Right next to Fido, even. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I think I like that. So many, dude. So freaking many. Tumbleweed Pokemon? Okay, this thing is awesome. I love this thing. I've always wanted a Tumbleweed Pokemon since I got Pokemon Y, and this, even though it's literally just a Tumbleweed with eyes, I love it. I love how it looks. It doesn't look smooth, it looks all crooked and sharp and little and wicked, and I like that. I like how its eyes are, like, floating in the center of it, and I like how this one has even, like, a little smile out of the sticks, even though I think I would like it more without the smile, but still I think it doesn't make it bad or worse. I mean, I think I definitely like the evolution more because it's more sharp and spiny, and I just like that. I just really, really like that. It's pre-evo though, just a smaller version of it, which, I don't really like for evolutions, but, it's a good Pokemon, so put it down there. I don't like these things. I don't like these things. This is like one of the first Pokemon that leaked, and I don't like it. Guess I'll put its treasure chest slightly above because it's a neat idea. But this is just so ugly. It looks like it would be a mascot for Bitcoin. So gross. I just don't like it at all. Now, before we get on to the forms, we have and there's some other Pokemon. So I guess the forms are like in the middle. Oh, we have this thing here. I don't know what this is. Is that like a little spaghetti noodle? I'm not sure. He has like a little tool belt, little gizmos and gadgets, Inspector Gadget looking guy. I don't really like how it looks. I don't like that it has a belt like that. I'm okay with Pokemon's having tools, like you'll see later down. I saw this ahead, and I really like this, but we'll get to that when that comes. So I'm okay with Pokemon having tools, but this just having a belt, I don't really like. And I don't like its hair or its face. Yeah, I don't like this thing. I don't like it. Now, on to the forms, baby. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Really, this is Doniphan. Pretty interesting, primal form. I like how its tusks. I like that. I really like its coloring. Almost like it's poison. I don't think it's poison type though. I like dark type. But I like this. I like this. This is a good form of a Pokemon. Though it's not an incredible change. It's a lot of change that it's not like even these types of Tauros. It's more than that. No. Even then, I'll give it a great. I'll give it a great. I like this. I really like this change to it. It makes it different. It makes it different, which is what a regional form should set out to do. Makes it different, but still recognizable. Yeah, I like that thing. I like this thing. Yeah. And on to this, Among Us. Among Us. What did my phone just make that? Patriot news feed? What is this? Gross. I never signed up for this. Topics missing. One important topics plural missing from summary. Dude, I did not sign up for this. What is this little thing that it's sending me? Whatever. Anyways, back to the rating. I'm just kidding about putting it down right embarrassing. I couldn't do that to it. I like this thing. I like how it has a little shade. I have a tree in my garden. Well, not my garden, but there's a little thing that we have in our front yard that has a little tree, a little Chinese tree something. And when I was little, I used to crawl under it, and it would be like that. And I've always thought it would be a cool idea for the Pokemon, and that's kind of what's happening here. Even though there's probably been Pokemon like it before, but I'm putting it in good because it's not as great as Doniphan. But I like the change. I like just the idea of it even. It even goes along with the original idea of Among Us. Because I'm pretty sure the original idea of Among Us is that it was supposed to be the imposter Pokemon. I get it? But it was supposed to be like a camouflage Pokemon. Camouflage is a Pokeball, so camouflaging it more or hiding like this makes sense. Making it spiky also makes sense, I guess, because it's that. This Magnemite, I love it. I love this thing. I really like it. I don't know, it's magnets being legs like this. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome to me for some reason. And I like whenever whenever a Pokemon's overgrown. You saw it before when I said that with the little crab over here. I like that it had little bushy on it, little bushy stuff on it. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. And I just love the magnets being elongated for some reason. Like the symbols that are like on this thing too. And basically, I really like this form. It's going just right above Doniphan's form. Still not beating out this little cake pop dung beetle, not cake pot. No. It's like weed brownies, but weed cake. Never mind. What is this thing? What did they do to Jigglypuff? No. Okay, it's still not as bad as these two, but still, that is despicable. That's like despicable looking, dude. I don't like that thing. I don't like that thing one bit. That is gross. I don't like how that looks. Oh, also, they got Misdreavus here, which is, it's kind of just Misdreavus but spiky, which, you know, can respect, but you can't put it higher than decent, really. And just spiky. It's pretty much the same change I did with Tauros, but I like Misdreavus more than Tauros, so I'll put it above it. I like that it made like the hair like longer, even. Hair on it, almost like it's overgrown, and some would say primal. I'm pretty sure these are primal forms, but they are. Alright, this is awesome. The Volcarona, both of these, I'll get to this later, but both the Volcaronas are really cool. I love just it being a little ground dweller. That's pretty rad. It's going back to its larva form, like it's pre-evolution. I used to think Volcarona was a legendary Pokemon because my first ever Pokemon like box of cards was based on Volcarona, and I used to think this was when I was like 6 or 7. I used to think only legendaries or mythicals could be on boxes, so that's why I thought that. But anyways, I like this thing. Like I said, it'll go up to great. I don't think it's quite as good as Doniphan or the Magnemite, but I'm gonna put it up here. No, I actually like this thing more than that. Who am I kidding? The more I look at this, the less I like this thing too. Yeah, I don't really like that. I kind of like the worm more now. Just the idea of having it be like a submarine or like a rocket ship, like I was saying before, except just a giant tunneling machine that you can sit inside of, but it's like living. I love that. I love that idea. Even if that's not what's going on, just the idea of that I really like. I'll be putting great. I'm a kind guy. The kids say they call me that. But yeah, Volcarona behind them and great. This thing, Salamence, I don't really like the feathery look it has. I don't think it works well with Salamence. I get that primal and all, but I just don't personally like how it looks that much. But still, it's Salamence. Come on, it's a good Pokemon. Or Salamence. I don't even know how I'm supposed to say it at this point. And I do like its little coloring that has all across it. I like that. So I'll put it at... I'll put it at the bottom of good. Doniphan, I forget what these versions are called. Advanced, like, technological... I don't know. I know these are called like the Iron Treads or Iron Tusk or something. Yeah. Doniphan. This might be too mechanical for me. Having its eyes be locked completely behind the screen and having its, like, trunk be completely, a screen. I don't know if I like... Actually, I like that. No, who am I kidding again? I like that. That's kind of funky. It's kind of retro, even. I like that. I don't think I like it as much as the Primal, but... You know, I'll fit there. A lot of these forms are fitting right here. This is interesting. Volcarona. Okay, this one's definitely better than... It'll probably go there. I love... The wings on this are fantastic. Holy crap, those wings. God damn, that's perfect for a technology. Those wings. But I can't put it higher because the body's literally just kind of Volcarona. The wings though, push it all the way up to great. I really like those. Not quite on Magnemite, not able to pass him though yet. This thing, Haramaya, is it called? I forget what it's called. What? Is it Haramaya? Where am I getting that from? I don't think that's its name. Whatever. But yeah, I like this. This is just technical, but I like how its head almost looks like it can sheath back into its body like like a sleeve. You know, I need to stop making metaphors. I'm gonna let something slip one day. But yeah, I don't think it's on the level as these. But it's still pretty damn good. I think this is going lower. The more I look, the more I don't like this thing anymore either. But I'm keeping its pre-evolution there. That guy's quirky. But this thing, I don't know what's wrong with it in my eye. Or my eyes, not my single eye. I'm not little Cyclops. Cyclopi, as the proper form is. I don't think that's even the proper form, is it? Anyways. Oh, I forget what this is called. Hydrangea? No, that's a flower. Oh, man. Whatever this thing's called. Again, I like this. It looks like it can fire its smaller heads like a cannon. I like that. That's cool. It's just the idea that in my head makes it cool. Putting it high. All of these are pretty much next to each other since all of them are pretty much the same idea, so they're similar. But I like them. Still lower because it's still, it's not like shooting it from its head is something that can really happen, but I like the idea of it, and, everything else is, it just works. Tyranitar form of it. I like it. It reminds me of the Haramaya one, if that's even its Pokemon name again. Just how it looks like it can, pull its head in almost like a turtle. That's a better metaphor. Like a turtle can pull its head in. That's a quirky little note. I like it better than the Haramaya. I don't think Haramaya is its name. Is it its name? I don't think so. Yeah. Delibird. Okay, this thing's quirky. Look at its little snow globe sack. Are you kidding me? That snow globe sack, I just want to, slap it and jiggle it around, even though it's probably metallic and won't do that, but, you know. That's cool. I like that. I'll open it up and there'll be like a little snow surprise in it for me. A little technological gift, since it's a technological Delibird, even. Yeah. Now into the... is this the last form that's primal or technological? Yeah. Delayed. Very, very interesting. I like it. I like how it's like on its arms, but like instead of its arms being the whole thing, it kind of like deattaches and then goes back. You know, I don't know if I'm making sense, but I like that. Again, it's going right now. All of them are next to each other. That's kind of ridiculous. Whatever, I'm too lazy to reevaluate my choices. Great is looking kind of bloated right now, though. So maybe that's a sign that this generation sure is great. I think these are primal forms of something, but I'm not able to tell. I don't know what this is a primal form of. Maybe this is a... I know the Pokemon in my head. It's like a mongoose Pokemon. I don't know. Maybe it's a form of that Pokemon, is what I'm saying. Anyways, I'll get to that in 1 minute after I get this guy. This clay thing, I love it. 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 I really, really love it. Holy crap, I love it. I love its little bowl on its head. That's actually really neat. I actually really like that. How it's made of clay, and I like how it looks like chipped in the bowl. And I like how it just has a bowl for a head. That's just like a neat little thing. It has a bowl on its head, like it's balanced, like how people balance holes on their head. But it's evolved to have that part of it. Yes, that. Okay, and this thing, if it without the teeth or icicle shards, it would be good. But having like its ice shards hang as fangs and then being hung from like, I don't know, chains. It looks like that. That's sick. That's sick. Come on, that is sick. Having it hang from chains like that. I don't know if it makes it quite into amazing, but that's good. I like that. Now onto this. Okay, that's amazing. That's incredible. Is that incredible? I don't think it is. Is it? I don't know. Is it? Is it? I'll put it at the top of amazing, but not in incredible. You know? So yeah, come to a thing. Let me just get rid of this form. Okay, well these forms actually change stuff, but alright, I still have to get through this fire fish Pokemon first. Fire fish made of fire, amazing, but I don't like what's going on with its eyes. If they didn't have whatever's circling around its eyes, I would love it, but that just blocks like half the Pokemon. And it looks ugly protruding out like that. And I'm sorry, but I don't like that. That ruins it. That ruins it for me. Still neat enough to be in good from just the fire fish. And I like how the eyes protrude. But then what they have, whatever is around the eyes, I don't like that. Now for these things. Should I do the forms? Because they're similar, but they're not. Let's see. I'll just combine each of them into one and say that this one counts for both of these two, and this one counts for both of these two. Hmm. Put next to each other. Alright, well, I definitely like the blue one more. The blue one, I think, can go in gray. I honestly like these legendaries. I wasn't hooked on them at first when I saw them in the trailers, because rideable legendaries, like, point of it being a vehicle, seemed kind of stupid. But I like this thing. You know, maybe it could break up the primals, even. Or the technologicals, too. And break up here. Could fit in between Volcarona and Glade. Glade down, actually. I don't like that as much as these. Still like it, obviously, but below that thing. Anyways, on to this one. I like it. I like this one actually significantly less. I'll put it at the top, but I like the coloring on this one so much more. And I'm not a huge fan of the feathers on this thing, or at least the feathery things. And I guess I'm not fully against them, but you know. Put these at the bottom. I got what to do. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Pokemon left. Okay. These things are awesome. This thing goes hard. This thing with its hammer, that's before I do the first 2 tiers of it, I need to just put this in incredible automatically. That is awesome. I mean, not Wiglet standard. Nothing can. Probably no Pokemon ever could get to the standards of Wiglet or get anywhere near them, for that matter. But still, it's incredible. I'll give it that. Incredible. And the other 2 tiers are good too. I like how this is basically a baby with like a little rattle that they. I shouldn't make that motion. A little rattle, you know. That's funny. I like that. I like that. I like that thing. I like the colors on all of these. God, Great is so bloated right now. Probably behind Lechonk. And this one, I guess, is kind of like the awkward middle child. It's not at its full potential, but it's not at its least potential. Middle potential is usually the least. But still a high good, even at its middle potential, which happens to be the least potential, if you know what I mean. But we have to go in order. This little thing, not a fan. I'm not a fan of the little thing. I'm not that of a fan because I'm putting it in decent. High decent, even. But compared to its parents, holy crap, these things are awesome. There's no way you can look at these things and think, those things are bad. I think I like the blue one with the sword slightly more, with this one having, I don't know, boxing gloves or something like that. That's pretty awesome, too. It's like it's using, pots as boxing gloves. It's kind of funny. But yeah, those are awesome. Sadler version exclusive, so I can't have both unless I get both games. I might not even get one game. I hope I do, but it's, up to my parents, which, Now we have these forms. These things are awesome. Come on. They're walking on 2 legs. Imagine if a fish just grew human legs and walked out of the water. That's pretty much what this is. And it would be pretty cool. I just for comedic effect alone, these things are going in amazing. I think I like this slightly more. I like that quite a bit more, actually. I might put this down to, like, bottom of great, but still great. So, yeah. Okay, Samurai, Bisharp, come on. Come on. Come on. That's another amazing tier Pokemon. Like, seriously. Like, I'm not, like... I know we've gotten, like, these last 10 seeming to be crazy. Last 20 even, because the last have been a lot of, technology and, primal ones. Those are pretty awesome. And more than this. Oh my goodness, this is not that great. I mean, it's great, but it's not that great. I'll put it like here. I'll probably move this one down a little too. Here. Yeah. And we have this one. This thing, if I get the game, I'm having it on my team. Because I'm guessing this is going to be groundwater. And that could be a very useful type. Because if I get the game, I'm definitely getting Fuecoco, obviously. Because look at where I ranked it. Has all 3 of its evolutions are above all 6 of the other starter evolutions. So, you know, I think you know which one I favor. But this, so it will be nice to have a good water ground Pokemon if my main's gonna be a fire. Yeah, you know, who cares? I don't usually do planning for my teams anyway. I just catch what I think looks funky and keep it. Okay, but this thing, this is rad. This goes behind the Tumbleweed. Oh, in front of this little rocks, Doug Trio. Yeah. And finally, to end this monster of a video, an hour and 30 minutes. Are you kidding? Okay. To end this monster of a video, where we got Mankey. And I'm gonna... Okay, yeah, this thing looks insane. I love this thing. Again, another one of these. I know, it seems a bit ludicrous even. But, I think I might want to move a lot of these down, actually. Yeah. That should look better. That makes more sense. Really like that spider. Yeah. But yeah, this Mankey thing's crazy. This shackle is just this broken shackle showing its unbridled rage. That's insane. It has 2 of the anger things. When you have one of those little anger things on your head, you know you're really pissed. But when you get 2, oh man. And you know, this guy has 2. So, but yeah, that's my final Pokemon tier list. So yeah. Hope you guys like